Hello, church. Happy Thursday. Happy snowy Thursday. I hope that you are, if you did venture out into the snow, the only snow venturing I did was to shovel. I hope it wasn't too tedious. I hope it was joyful for you. I know a lot of you are working from home. I was doing that as well today. I hope that you're walking closely with God today. I hope that you've been feeling His presence this week, and that you're going to continue to feel Him closely with you, and that you're going to take Nicole up on her challenge to us last week about dreaming about and using our imagination about what God desires for us. I just wanted to come to you really quick and notify you about some changes, some necessary changes that we are making to our Sunday services. As you no doubt know, the cases for COVID are really rising quickly with the Omicron variant here on the island. And I'm sure you're also aware that the provincial health ministry has elected at this time not to engage in any more restrictions. But they made a very clear message with that, and they said the reason that they're doing that is because instead they are putting it in the hands of individuals, and they are putting it in the hands of organizations to be personally and corporately responsible. Okay, they're not instituting more restrictions because everything's all right. They're asking us to take it up. They're asking us to be responsible. And so the leadership, elders and staff, we've taken that to heart. I've spent some time talking with some other churches and church leaders and their leaderships about what they've been doing and how they're responding. Spent some good time talking with Dan and Scott today and asking them for their guidance, and they kind of put out a little bit of a plan that I'm sharing with you right now. This is going to be a temporary plan. It's going to go for 3 weeks. So this Sunday the 9th, the next week the 16th, and the 23rd, and then we'll reassess from there. But here's kind of what the changes mean for you. First and foremost, we are going to have no in-person activities outside of the Sunday service for those weeks. That includes Sunday school, and that includes in-person youth activities. Alana and Quinn and Louise are still considering what sort of youth activities will be happening. They'll be in contact with you, parents and teens, about that, about what alternatives they're planning in their own time. We've been continuing to try and strike this balance of loving each other by providing spiritual community and loving each other by practicing ways to reduce harm. And so in the spirit of that, the elders have made the decision not to completely go online. We're not going to be shutting down and moving to a completely online service. However, we are significantly emphasizing connecting digitally. If you are able, we want you to connect digitally rather than in person. We realize that for some people, the need to connect in person is significant. And it is connected to our health and well-being. We need to see each other face to face. And we want to provide that opportunity in as safe a way as possible. So we expect that we are going to have lower in-person numbers the next 3 weeks because more of us are connecting digitally than in person. And we're hoping that you will join us in that you will make the sacrifice to connect digitally if you are able. Now, when I talk about connecting digitally, I really take heart to what Nicole was saying last week of we really need to see each other. We need to interact with each other. And so in order to try and still make that an emphasis, we are putting together a series of digital connection groups that are going to be happening on these next Sunday mornings, okay? And possibly even into the future after that. But at least for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be emphasizing getting together in digital groups on Zoom and elsewhere for people to participate in watching the service together. So those are going to start at 9:30 in the morning. Just like it would if we were opening the foyer up and you were coming and you were meeting people and talking with them, chatting with them. We want that to happen in a digital forum. So we've got these groups that are going to open at 9:30, and then we'll be sharing the YouTube stream for the live stream together in that Zoom meeting, taking communion together, spending time, going through the response to the sermon together, interacting together, being community together. Okay, I know that there are 3 of those that are going to be happening already. Dan Hickman's leading one, Scott Jacobson is leading one, and Nicole is leading one. And we are expecting to have more. I know that Monique and I are reaching out to other people to make sure that we have a multitude of those things, so that we have lots of opportunity to connect over those digital groups. And so we encourage you, when the email comes out tomorrow, we're going to have links to those. I encourage you to not watch isolated. I encourage you to go ahead and get into one of those meetings, share in that time with people, get connected again, okay? And really, really try to make the most of that opportunity over these next 3 weeks. Also, we're going to be starting up a midweek group that is going to be, well, hopefully more than one. But I know that I'm going to be starting up a midweek group whose goal is going to be on Wednesday evening for the next 3 weeks, working on just talking about the scriptures that we've studied on Sunday, applying the sermon, and praying for one another. So that's going to be happening on Wednesday evening. We'll be sending that link out to you via email as well. I hope that you will get connected with that. But again, I am hoping that we will start creating more of those midweek groups. If that is something that you would like to facilitate, it's a very simple thing to do, and you feel called to do that, please get in touch with me or Monique. We'll get you set up with how to do that, and that way we can get your link out to folks so that they can connect with you as well. Especially if you're thinking of doing it on a night other than Wednesday, then we'll be able to have connections throughout the week. I don't think that this is going to directly affect our AGM that's planned on the 30th. I think we will still be able to have a service and have the AGM in person unless something significant changes and we have to go digital. But right now we're planning on doing that in person. And we're still going to continue to have a mixture of in-person and digital submissions for things like our opening and closing blessings and prayers, our scripture readings, our communion thoughts. So if you are already scheduled for one of those things, plan on being in person if you can. If you're not comfortable doing that, contact Monique. Let's talk about the digital option for that instead. But we're going to continue to try and bring a mix of those things as much as we can. We're trying to keep as much continuity as we can. We're trying to keep this as non-disruptive as possible and still allow us to connect, while still taking some more responsibility to slow the spread of this, because it is starting to overwhelm the community, especially the health community. And we want to be cognizant of that and look at the way that we're sacrificially loving not just ourselves as a body, but the way that we're sacrificially loving our community by reaching out and doing that. So I love you. We love you so much. We know that this is a hard decision to make, but we know that it's a worthy decision. And so, it's not been an easy discussion getting to this point. We realize it's a compromise that is going to be difficult for everybody to accept. For some of us, they're going to feel that this is too much restriction. For some of us, they're going to feel we're not going far enough by not going completely online. Realize that we're balancing a bunch of different perspectives, because that's what unity in the body is. Unity in the body is us taking all of us with all of our different backgrounds and all of our different perspectives and saying, okay, what honors Christ the most? And what honors Christ the most is when we stand together in his spirit with all of our differences and we say, we will worship and glorify God together, and we will be one people made up of a multitude of people. But be one in our hearts for Christ. And so I just pray that you will take that in the spirit that it is, and you will invest in these times that are coming up the next 3 weeks. We love you, and we will see you soon. Bye.